Hello, hello, hello. So today I wanted to share with you this one sheet wonder I came across um, online through Pinterest. And her name is Patricia from Jumping Into Stamping. So I want to give her credit. She has a template where beautiful cards are made. And I used her one sheet wonder that she created 4 years ago. And I created these 5 cards using current products. Okay, so I'll show you how I made all of these, but first of all, I want to show you how to use the template that she gave us, which is this one. And I recreated it, well, obviously with pencil, and I cut this out, and I'm going to show you how I used it. Now, you're going to need some cardstock. Obviously, you're going to need white, and you're going to need, this one is, I think it's, oh, I forgot. Let me see here. I know this is my mind just went blank. I apologize. Sorry about that. You're going to need coordinating cardstock with whatever papers you're using. Petunia, I think it's called Petunia Pop, but I just want to make sure. Yep. It's a new ink color. Yep, Petunia Pop. Sorry about that. You could use Petunia Pop. You can use the other ink color, Summer Splash. You can use not Peach Pie. I would recommend also Pretty in Pink would coordinate really nicely with this. Okay, I did use Memento black ink, and for the sentiment, I did use Petunia Pop. So there's that. You're going to need some embellishments, are always very helpful. This one's also the new ink color. This one's the Shimmer Gems. I use definitely a paper trimmer. What else? And some stamps. So I use the July stamping paper pumpkins stamp, called Painted Petals. So I used this stamp set, and I thought that was so incredibly pretty. I also used Springs of Love. Let me see here. I know I put it all aside. Unbound Love, Flowers of Beauty. I also used paper pumpkins. This is what I did. I have Everyday Celebrations and Love of Spring. So I actually used this tag to create this, Hooray and Love, and the flower. So this die coordinates with this stamp set. I'm sorry, I kind of clip everything together so I don't lose any pieces. So this coordinates. So you would stamp the image and then die cut it with the, this was an add-on that you can pay for like $12, and I just loved it. And this was the previous section. So you could use these flowers. And I love the love. So I created one with love, one with hooray. So I figured it would be good to show you some paper pumpkin alternatives in addition to the stamps that we're used to using. Now I could have used Merry tags and Thanks Beyond, right? Because this is a great tag. You can write thanks. This one says friend. There's the butterflies, but I think I'm going to use the butterflies in a different project next month. So the other stamp set that I thought would be really pretty, let me see here, is the Strengths of Hope. Look how pretty this flower is, or this little one here. And of course there's flowers here. Sentiments are really pretty here as well. So get your favorite sentiment, whether it's these or some of your retired ones, and just pick a flower that you really like, and coordinating markers. Now I used, for my markers, I did use the coordinating colors, and that would be, I used Shy Shamrock for the leaves, and then I used Petunia Pink and Some are a little darker than others because I put extra coloring to it. So that's how I did that. I didn't put anything on the inside except white cardstock. Okay, so if you're using an 8.5 by 11 cardstock versus the 12 by 12, so I'm going to use this for my layout next month. You're going to take, so this one's a little bit darker, but that's okay. For close to my heart, this one was rosy. You're going to take your 8.5 by 11 paper. I guess I should turn this so you can see it. And you could open up your little arm. Oopsie. And you're going to cut this at 5.5. So, okay. And then you're going to score it. Now, if you have the little black, then you can score it at 4.25. And this is what you can do if you don't have the black, the gray scoring tool. Is grab your stylus. And there you go. This is 4.25. All right, so now we have our card bases. Okay. Now to create the insides, so that's our card base. To create the inside of our cards, we're going to need white cardstock. So if this one is, as you can see here, this is 4.25, we want to leave a 1/4 inch all around. So you're going to do it at 4 inches, and then the length here is 5.5, so it's going to be 5/4. So it's going to be 4 by 5/4. So this is an 8.5, so we're going to go, I guess we could do it this way. We're going to do it 4 inches this way. Okay, and then you're going to do 5.25 this way. You're going to need quite a bit. You're going to need 10 pieces of these. Oh, I didn't cut this at 4.25, so sorry. Or if you didn't cut it the other way and you still have a half piece, you can just also do it, cut it at 4 inches this way. And then just trim the little extras. Okay. So there's that. And I would also suggest that you really get another, this should be 5 inches, 5.25 inches. So I need to trim that. Apologize. It really helps when you're... Okay, so the other thing that you're going to need is, of course, you're going to need paper for your stamped images. So I would actually suggest that you get 6 white cardstocks for the top, for the inside, and for the stamping and for the die cutting. Okay, so that's going to be 6 white cardstocks. All right, I'm just going to put this in the back of here so I can write it in the description. 6 white cardstock. This could be 8.5 by 11. Okay, and then you need 5 petunia pop cardstock. Okay, and then we're going to score in 5. All right. Actually, you're going to need 6 petunia pops as well, because we're going to need one for these parts. Okay, and I just use a different color, something a little bit darker. I just kind of went through my stash and I found a darker one, which is this, and I like that. I like the contrast. You could do that as well. You can use a different color. So let me go through how to cut your paper, and then your designer series paper, and then I'm going to show you how to cut the colored cardstock so that you can have your matte sides. Okay, so we already did the card bases, right? And we completed the insides and outside. Okay, so you're going to need 5 cardstocks. You're going to have a total of 5. Okay, and you're going to have 10 of these inside for the inside. All right, so now I'm going to put this aside because that's going to be the second step. I'm going to take my 12 by 12 paper. I'm going to line it up at the 6-inch mark, and I'm going to trim it in half. Next thing I'm going to do is take this again and cut it in half at the 6-inch mark. So you're going to have like plenty of these if you want to do a whole bunch of these and then put different sentiments. So we're just going to use one, but this is good if you're not sure how to use it. And then so I took the template that I saw on her website. Let me see if I can show you that real quick so you can just see it. Share screen. Okay. And we're going to use this one. Okay, so this is the one, this is the website that you see. And I think these cards are absolutely stunning, right? And she used these berries and Berry Bliss, which is fabulous. If you scroll down, here is the template. There's two of them. There's one here and one below it. Right now I'm going to be focusing on cutting on this diagram. So if you want to take a screenshot, go ahead. Now is the time. Let me move this. Cut this, take a screenshot picture of this. And so what we're going to do is we're going to start cutting this paper, the pattern paper, using this template. So I have my own paper version of this simply because I wanted to make sure that obviously I wanted to make sure that I had that as a reference. Okay. Now the second diagram that you're going to see underneath, I did a second one and I kind of marked it in the back, second one, and that's going to be for the cardstock. So right now let's just focus on this one, the first diagram. And we are going to show you how to cut it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to need a 3x3 square. So we're going to take our paper. It doesn't matter which one because this is kind of multi-directional, but I'm going to take this here and I'm going to cut it at the 3-inch mark. Okay, 3 inches. That's going to be the first step. All right, I'm going to move this here. Maybe it's helpful so you can see that 3-inch mark, and then we're going to cut another one at 3 inches, and we have our first square. The next one is we're going to take our 3 inches, right, and I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to cut at 2 inches, and we're going to have that. And now we're going to left with 1-inch pieces, and we're going to cut it at 1 inch. So I like to hold it at one side, and then I just kind of trim it there, or you can use your scissors. I know sometimes these tiny little pieces are tricky. Okay, so I got my 3 little pieces here. Now we have the bottom piece of our 6x6 paper, and we need 1 inch, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch. Okay, so the length of this is going to be at 4 inches, so I'm going to cut it at 4. And I like to use the smaller pieces first to make things a little easier on myself. It's kind of harder, so I do it at 1/2 inch. Okay, do it at 1/2 inch. And I'm going to do another one at 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to cut the last piece at 1 inch. So it's a lot easier than trying to cut 1 inch into 1/2 inch strips. So that's why I did that. Okay, so here we go. We've got our 1 inch, our 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch, 1/2 inch, and our 1/2 inch. Now we're left with this piece. So we need to, I'm going to put this the long way, put it down horizontally, and we're going to cut at 2 inches. And now we're left with a 2x1 at the bottom and a 2x2. And that's our papers, okay? That is step 1. I hope you were able to follow along. If not, this is going to stay here, so you're going to be able to see it. And the next one is going to be for the cardstock. So I'm going to grab this cardstock, and the measurements for that is going to be a little bit different. So let me show you her template, and then this will make a little bit more sense. Okay. All right, I'm hoping now that you can see, and you absolutely can. the one sheet wonder, the 3. So this is going to be a little bit different. Okay. So what it says here is I found cutting guide on the internet, but made my own, put pieces together. All right. So from the 6, oh, this is the diagram for 6. Okay. And this one here is you're going to use, in this diagram, you're going to cut 6.5 by 6 3/4 piece of cardstock. The pieces are used for matting the designer series paper. You see, I'm going to mat that. All right. So we're going to, right now, this is an 8.5 by 11. So we're going to do the longer piece this way. So I'm going to do 6 3/4, which is right there for me. And then I'm going to turn this and I'm going to use it at 6 inches. Actually, I like this side better. There's a bent on that side, so. All right. And that's going to be that for the template. And then I'm going to show you a little bit better this piece, okay? So we have a 6 3/4. Oops, it was 6.5. Sorry. 6 3/4 by 6.5. Let me redo this. 6 3/4 by 6.5. I do apologize. All right, there we go. All right, so now we have 6.5 by 6 3/4. Now that matches my little template that I have here for me, for my reference. All right, so we're going to take it this way. There we go. So this side is 6.5 and this side is 6 3/4. Okay. We're gonna, and this is my template. What we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it here, and we're going to cut. And we're going to cut at. Okay, we're going to cut at 3 1/8. So if you're looking at your scoring tool, let me try to point this out to you to make things a little easier, because I know when you get to 1/8 it gets a little tricky. So I'm just going to do it from number 2, right? Here's the number 2. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are the 8ths, okay? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8/8 is exactly 1 full inch. So in this case, when we go to 3 1/8, we're going to go 1 right here. So we're going to cut on this particular line, okay? Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Makes it a full hole. Okay, so that's how we are going to do that. So, oops, oopsie daisy. All right, so we're going to turn this, and we're going to cut at 3 1/8, because now we know where to find that, right? And I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to cut it again at 3 1/8. Okay. Now it says you should cut a little sliver, but I'm going to leave it alone. Okay. The next step is you're going to take this piece, and I'm going to do 3. This is 3 1/8 here at height. So I need to turn it and cut 2 1/8. Turn this way. 2 1/8. There we go. And now we got 1 1/8. So we're missing one piece here, and that's it. 1 1/8. So let me do, what did I do wrong here? Oh, 2/8. I was supposed to cut it at 2/8. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Let me get another cardstone. Yeah. All I'm going to do is let me just cut that part out, and which is 3 2/8. Sorry about that. 3 2/8. Let's see here. 2/8. 6.5. So 6.5 here. Oops. Some for scissors, I see. So I'm sorry. So we're gonna redo these. I guess this one's okay, but so we're gonna cut 3 2/8. 2/8. So it should be 3 1/8. Yep. By 3 2/8. That's 3 2 right there. So it's basically 2/8. And then that's gonna fit. Move this out the way right here. And then here we have this one, which is 3 1/8. We're going to turn it and make it 2 1/8, like this. And then we have 1 1/8 here. Yep, perfect. And then we're going to cut these at 1 1/8. Yep, I'm human. I make mistakes. I do apologize. 1 1/8. 1/8. Here we go. There we go. There we go. All right. So now we're left with the bottom piece here. Let me bottom piece. Let me get, that's this one. Let's just, let me, this should be 6 inches. I know it's going to be different shades, and that's okay. This is just for me to show you. So now we're going to cut this at 4 1/8. So this is the bottom half. Get this out of the way. It's the bottom half. We're going to cut this at 4 1/8. That's our first line. And then we're going to cut this at 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like a quarter less than. It's going to, right? So it's 1 5/8. So it's just like 1/4. So you're going to see a line in between that. And then I am going to, so I did 1 and, oh, I did 5/8. Okay. Excuse me. I'm losing it. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble. So it's not that deep. 6 inches by. All right, so now look at that at 6 inches. Let me cut this at 4 1/8, 2 8 7 8 8 8. So that is 3 inches. Exactly. So let me just kind of redo this. I don't know why I'm having trouble today. So I'm going to cut this at 4 1/8. That's right there. Then I'm going to cut this at 5/8. I had it right the first time. It's 1 2 3 4 5. That's there. I just like cutting the bottom pieces first because it's easier to cut that way. 5/8. I had a dyslexic moment there. 5/8, and then you're gonna have 1 1/8. 1 1/8. Oh, this is not cut exactly because I'm taking some scraps here. This should be the other way. This one. No. I'm just gonna use a strap here. 4 1/8. 4 1/8. 5 1 1/8. 1 1/8. And then the next one should be 2 1/8 by 2 1/8. So I'm gonna have, that should be 3 inches, I think. So it's gonna be 2 1/8. And the next one will be 2 1/8, which is a little, this one's not it. So that's going to go perfectly like that. And then, oh, it's not going to be 2 1/8. It's going to be 2 1/8. So it's going to be 2 1/8 by 1 1/8. So let me see, it's 2 1/8. Thought it was squared. I don't know why. 1 1/8. So that's 1 1/8. All right, so here we go. We've got all of these pieces for the mounting of for the mat. And of course I made a mess over here. I'm going to pull this away because I don't think I'm going to need it immediately. So this goes here like this. With the two bottoms, this, this, this. All right, just kind of putting all my pieces together here, just for visually, you know, so I can see it visually. All right, so these are the two pieces, and I'm just going to start matching them up. So this is going to mat like this. This is going to mat with this, so it's slightly bigger. This is going to be matted on this. This is going to be matted with this. The two bottom pieces are going to mat together. Okay, trying to fix this so it's not too messy here. This with this with this, and the three pieces with these the three pieces. All right, so you can go ahead and get your adhesive, your favorite adhesive. Where's mine right here? Okay, and you can start gluing these down. I'm just going to use a little cardboard like that. Protect my surface there. So that could be your first step. Now for these are going to be, it might be a little bit longer, and I find that it's because in the directions, if you notice, there is a little gap here and a little gap there, and so that's why we may need to trim it. So just keep a pair of scissors. I found that to be the easiest thing, and I like big scissors. Okay, and that makes it easier than trying to use the trimmer. Got these tiny itty bitty ones, so let me flip these around. Okay, so we're going to try to put it in the center as best as we can, right? Put that aside to dry. Let's take this away. Yes, definitely this way. I'll put it in the center as best as I can. And put that aside to dry. Okay. Actually, I think this one belongs on the other one. Oh boy. There's two sides, so don't worry about it. I'll cut this before it dries completely. Yes, that looks much better there. Oh, it really. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna put that down, and then let's do the other pieces. There's only one of these, and I actually use the pink side, so I'm gonna go ahead and hide the bright floral side. All right, so I'm not going to bore you with doing all of these. I guess I could. Okay. 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 And we got the last two. Now I kind of the wet one because it just kind of position the paper until it dries, you know. Reposition it very easily while it's still wet. And it dries clear, so if there's some smears, not a big deal. Now I do have sticky fingers. I need, of course, I don't want my wipes here. All right, next, I did use Pretty in Pink ribbon because that's what I had. I think Petunia Pop would probably be a little bit better, but just kind of worked. Or if you have, what you call it, Shy Shamrock or Summer Splash, that would work as well. Apologize, my throat is getting hoarse. Okay, so we're gonna put one of the cards, and you're gonna glue that in the inside, and then you're gonna glue the top, right? So what we're gonna do is, let's see, we'll do this one. Oh, I guess I didn't put that. That's okay. So we're gonna have one like this, and this one's gonna go like this. Okay, pretty easy peasy. You're gonna stamp your sentiment here, and then put whatever floral design here. You can put butterflies, you could put whatever, and then whatever stamp set makes sense for you. So in my case, I put Thinking of You, and the Thinking of You stamp. Okay, so that's that one. So let me show you how I created the stamp set, because I think that's important. You're going to need Memento black ink. So let me get my stamp. This and this, my die set. So this is my stamp here from I think I get a better one. I'll just put that one right on here. So that's from the Paper Pumpkin July 2024 called Painted Petals. And I'm going to put that aside. Let me grab my little piece that you get from Paper Pumpkin. And I'm going to take the Memento ink. And I'm just going to go like this. Okay. And I am going to stamp it. Okay, that looks pretty great. I'm going to do it one more time so I can show you some techniques here. All right. And then what I like to use is called the posted labeling and cover up tape. You can use mask tape. I think you could use washi. Some washis are extra sticky, I find. So they're kind of treacherous in my mind. So I like to use this one for the die. So I'm going to take my die. This die is called Everyday Dies. And I'm going to take this. And I'm going to put it right over. Like that. Take my little tape. I guess you could use painter's tape too, since it's not as sticky. And I like to just tape this down. I usually use 2 tapes. You could cut it out and stamp it, but I find I am not very good at that. There's also a die here from the previous month. And so I am going to see if I can squeeze that in. It looks like I can barely squeeze it, so I'm not going to use it on that one. I'll use it on a different one. So let me put this aside. Let me put this aside. I should have plenty of white cardstock. So I'm going to take my other cardstock that I have, always handy, and I'm going to just Same idea. I could do it this way or the other way. And I am going to tape this down, and then I'm going to cut it. But just for TV magic, I've already cut a couple of extras here. Okay. Now, if you have scraps of paper, I used a lot of scraps when I was doing this, except for the card bases. But I used a lot of scraps to cut these out. Like I used scrap paper for that. I have just extra little pieces. For the Hooray, so let me show you this one. This is the one that we were working on. For the Hooray, I used what is it called? The Friends dies. Put it here. Paper celebration, paper wonderful thought. Friends for Life dies, and that's going to be in your main annual catalog. And then there was a specialty paper called Thoughtful Designs. So let me show you how that looks like. I just hand snipped a couple of pieces. And this is how the papers look. They're specialty papers. I don't know if you can tell. You see how it's kind of like shiny and it has different colors. So I think this one will really look great for like Ocean's Friends, and for Valentine's Day I like the pink one and the purple one. So yeah, and it's like lighter on this side and it gets darker. So it's also have like an ombre effect on it. See, there's the purple like pink, and this is the lighter shade. So I thought that was really pretty, and I wanted to combine it with the Unbound Beauty paper somehow. But they would coordinate, because those also are the ink colors for 2024 to 2026. So I used the die, again, Friends for Life, to cut that out, and the hearts. One of these have hearts. I'm trying to remember. No, these don't have hearts. But there is a heart one in this month's paper pumpkin option that you can actually purchase. Okay, I'm not going to cut this out. I'm just going to cut out the, now you could just use regular cardstock. Let me see if I have some cardstock here that I could use. Maybe we can. All right. So I have a cardstock here that I can use. And I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to grab this aside. I need to make some space here. And I'm going to get my machine. I'm going to move this over so you can see. I just want to open it up first. All right. We're going to have our plates. All right. We're going to have our first one, the base. We're going to have our B and C plates, or I like to call it 2 and 3. It just depends on your machine, what kind of embossing or die cutting machine you have. So I've got 3 and 3. Okay. All right, so this one you place for die cutting, and these 2 are also for cutting. So what we're going to do is cut this out, right? We're going to put this down. And since it's pretty, I'll just use this as an example. If you don't have like the specialty paper, if you have glitter paper, you could do this as well. That would work nicely. I've got Hooray here. And so I am going to go ahead and put this on the clear plate number 3. I put one there, and I'm going to put one here. I'm going to take this, all right, and we're going to run it through. Sorry, everything's shaking. All right, so we have it here. So I'm just going to put this aside so we can, now we need to cut another piece here. So this is the stamped one. So I just push my finger and boom, it's out nice and neat. And peel this off and reposition it like as best as I can, right? All right, so now go ahead and put this back in here just so we can cut that one side. So I can put it like this. Make sure it's nice and positioned properly. There. Okay. And we're going to take this plate. And the bottom is already, and so I have two. Okay. I'm going to run this through. Sorry, it's shaking. Alright, so I'm going to take this out, move this out of the way. I'm not going to cut anything else. Okay. Put this away. Put this away. Alright, great. And I can just pop that out. And I'm going to put my trash that. Let me put this away. Okay, so you're going to do that. So I made 6 flowers. You just got to pop out the little center there. Now I cut 2 because I wanted to show you something. Okay. Oops. Still very sticky. Put this back. Oops. I'm going to pop this out. It's a great tool to have. Oops. There we go. Look how great that looks. Hooray! Pop the centers. Okay. All right, so I'm putting that down. Move the tape from this one. Oops, I still got some stuff in the center. Okay, there we go. And above needs to get popped out. There we go. And I'm going to pop out the little centers. There we go. Pull the tape off, put this in, and I'm going to store this away. So the reason I have these envelopes is because I take my case, like if there's a coordinating die, these are not good examples. I have one good example here somewhere. I guess this is an example. Layers of Beauty, okay. This one has a whole bunch of stuff it has for using it. So it has the dies and this, right? So what I do is I get a magnetic one. Let me see if I can grab one for you. It has a little bit of everything. That's not a good example. I guess this one is a good example. This was not a good example, sorry. Okay, so this one is Country Birdside. I'm going to open this up. Whoops. Okay, so here is, I put this on a magnetic sheet. Normally it come in here, right, on a cardboard, on a white cardboard, and instead I put a magnetic sheet with the backing on here. I do put this in the back so I know that there's a coordinating die inside, and then I'm left with these. So I take that white board that comes normally in here, and I take a magnetic sheet and I stick it onto there, and then I tape, you know, the phrase or whatever this is in the back, and then I just seal it. So that's how I roll. That's what I do. Okay. You can use markers. I have here pencil, so I'm going to do one with pencil, coloring it in, and one without. Here's the other one. Here we go. So we've got our 2 right there. And that's why I like Memento ink. I've used Memento ink for so many years, even before I joined Stampin' Up. Now you could choose based on the papers, right? You can choose whichever colors you want. So we can make it so nice and pink. Alright, so I have, this is cherry, and I think this one's a little too dark. Really what I need is petunia pink. And I don't have a petunia pink, unfortunately. So I went into my Skechers, because I used to be close to my heart, and my Skechers, my Tri-Blends. And I used the light one. I used both of these, actually. So I just went in first for the light one, and I colored it in with my markers. Because I know it's kind of like in between. It's a very soft color. And I did this one in here as well. Like that. And then I can go in with this one in the center. And I use the, oh, that's the dark side. Let me try to use the light side here. Okay. So I use the center there. Then I went back to my Tri-Blend. I used my middle one. And I just went back. Because these are both alcohol markers, so this started spreading out, giving it that extra shade. So I have the light pink undertone. So if you have more than one alcohol marker style, have fun. You know, try to use more than one. I'm going to use, this is the light side, right? Oh, this is the light side. I think I need to like trace this one a little bit. Okay. I can use my other alcohol marker. Whoops. All right. And I could use this one too, right? I could just go back and go like that, make it so I wanted to. Okay. So that's just one thing you can do. Like I said, I just, I don't have that. Okay, but I have this one. All right, let's blend the two together. Next thing I did use was, I had dark shade, and I have, this one is Shaded Spruce on the light side. I could use also the Mossy Metal. This is the light one. So let me use Mossy Metal on this one just because. I think I may have used this one. No, I didn't. Okay. So use the light side, color it in. Okay, and then I go with my darker shade. And I color that in. Just kind of do like that. I just kind of, where I think it will be darker is what I do. Is where I use that, and then I go back, use my little light one, and then I kind of blend it in. Now it looks very dark because it's wet, and then when it dries, it's a little bit lighter. Which is nice. Looks very vibrant, right? All right. And I'm done with these. Oops. If you make a mistake, there is a lifter. This one's, the white one's a lifter. So maybe I thought this was a little too dark. I can use this, and it just lightens the area that I want to lighten. Okay, see how cool that is? Kind of like an eraser. Pretty cool, right? All right, so I'm gonna put that away. I have my pencils. Just had them. Here they are. And I'm gonna need my water brush pens, which I have right here. So I'm just showing you, you can use whatever you have at home. So I'm going to just show a couple of techniques. This one is Flamingo. I think that'll work nicely. And I like to color nice and dark, especially in the center here. I'll do like a lighter on the edges because it's going to look like watercolor. And I like to do circular motions on this type of, with my pencil, so it has too much of a lines on there. And of course I'm going to use garden green for the leaves. And this is watercolor pencils assortment number 2. I didn't put that as required list because it's whatever you have will work. Notice I'm putting more pressure on their leaves because it's shaded, right? It's usually a shaded part. All right, so now I'm going to put this away. Okay, got my watercolor. Got a little bit of water. I always like to make sure it's working. And I just go like this. And it smooths out the lines. So I go from the center and out because it has the most color. And that smooths out those lines. Normally I have like to wipe it off and then start with the new color. Look how pretty that looks. Okay. Now of course we have our sentiments, right? I mean, this one kind of moved a little bit, so I can always just trim it a little bit so it's not as obvious. But I missed my mark. Okay, so I still leave a little bit of white. Just trimming, I think it's a little extra. It makes it look very obvious that it was miscut. But I still use it. I need to do a little snipping here. Just a little bit. There we go. Done. All right, so it's not too much trimming. All right, so again, we're going to do the first one. We're going to glue this. Sorry. I should have this. Which one was I looking at? This one. Okay. So we're going to take the medium one. And we're going to take this one. We're going to put some foam squares. And we're going to prop that up. See how that blends really nicely? And then you're going to put your sentiment here. So that's card number 1. All right, so that's card number 1. Let's do card number 2. We're going to take the real big one. Okay. I'm going to put that in the center there. And then you can put, if you want a die cut, you can do the die cut. This one I put love. You can still put some flowers here if you want. Look how pretty that is. You can also put a little bow if you want with the ribbon. And don't forget your embellishments that you can put your little gems. Okay. So that's how you do card number 2. So if you just use flowers, it'll work, as you can see. Actually, go grab this. Card number 4 is you're going to grab your medium one, your skinny one. I think one of them is, I guess, doesn't matter, there's 2 skinny ones. And you're going to kind of overlap it. I'm just going to glue those 2 on, right? So I'm going to put one up above the other, and I'm going to layer it slightly over it. Okay, so I'm going to use like that. And then I'm going to grab one of my pretty flowers, and I'm going to stamp at the bottom. And then I could put some embellishments there. So I'm going to glue this like that. Look how pretty that is. Okay. Next one is this one. And this one I decided to have fun and do it this way. Okay, I'll just grab that like this. And I'm going to put this here. I'm going to put this at the bottom. Now this one I think is kind of fun because, oops, it's kind of not centered there. And I think this one's kind of fun because I can do the flower here, and I can also put hooray like that. All right, and then I can put a little bow there at the bottom. and some embellishments. So I can do that as well. Let me do a bow real quick. Not the best bow maker, but I definitely do trial and error here. Here's that. Pull down a little bit on this side. I'm going to tighten it now. There we go. With my big scissors. I don't know, I've got another one here. I have like a ton of different kinds of scissors. Okay. So I can do like that, put on a glue, kind of fix it, right? And then I can put a bow right there. It says hooray. Or I can put this here like this and put hooray and then put all my embellishments. Hooray like this, and then you can put a happy birthday sentiment there and put some rhinestones there. Okay, so you can do a lot of different ways to do that. You can go like this as well, and go like this. Let me see some. You can go like this, right? Put this down. Take the flower, put the bow here, and you may put 3 dots here of rhinestones. Okay. So this is kind of fun. You can have fun with these with one sheet wonders, but it's great if you're thinking about Easter cards, I think, to use a one sheet wonder like this. All right, so that's that one. And we have one more that we have to do. Last but not least, we have this, and this. Okay. So this one we're going to use is with the 3 panels. So it's going to go like this in the center. And then these are like little windows. So we're going to go like that. We're going to put our beautiful flower down with 3D foam. You're going to stamp whatever sentiment you want, or you can use one of your die cuts or stickers. If you have like sentiment stickers that you can buy from the mix and match card piece, these are great. You don't even have to, you just stamp color, and then I like to tuck that one because it's not as pretty. So there you go, and then you can just put some rhinestones around it. So that's how I did my own. Now you can see I'm not gluing anything down just for time's sake. And it's okay if it overlaps. I like to put this on foam and put this and tuck this underneath. Okay, so I just space these out nicely. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I get it really nice? You know, you can go with the glue pen really nice. I'm going to tell you what I use. I've used this for many, many years. I don't even know if they still sell these, but it's an Extron sticker maker. And I just put this through here, like so. Okay. Go like this, rub it to make sure it's got the adhesive. Okay. Trying to get that piece off. Okay. So I'm going to take this, and it's like a sticker. And you put photos as well. If you have 3x3 photos, you can, or really small photos, that's only 1.5 inch. There are some Extron machines that are even bigger still. And I just lay it on like so. You can lift it. It's a little bit forgiving. Just got to be careful. Okay. I wrote hooray. You could put hooray, it's your birthday. Okay. There's a little bit of adhesive, but you just rub it. Comes right off. Any excess adhesive. Whoops. There we go. And then again, you're going to put some foam adhesive in the back, and you have your card. So we have all our little pieces done very quickly. I should put this back before I lose it, which I've done. I have misplaced dies before and been very, very sad. All right, so this goes in here. All right, so we have all of that. And so let me grab these all the pieces that I've already kind of put together. So here are cards again, if you remember. This was the last one. And sorry they look messy, but okay. So if you remember, these are the cards, right? And we had fun with this one, right? Not this one. It was the other one. Okay. Oh, I'm just gonna put this aside. I think we had fun with this one. That was actually fun. I kind of moved things around nicely. But I wanted to make sure that there was room for gems and things like that. And for this one, I did wrap the ribbon around it. You could put a ribbon here or here, and that'll be cute as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. You can use your 6x6 papers. Next time, I'm going to do a live. I am going to do Unbound Beauty layout. There is a new catalog out. I don't know if you are aware of it. I've been having way too much fun going through it. Way too much fun. It's not even on the first page, as you can see. But I did wanted to share with you about the mix and match. They have some sketches here, which is pretty fabulous. And always with this type of mix and match, they have different greetings. So instead of stamping, you can just grab a congratulations, a happy birthday, and put that on a tag or just glue it directly on there. So that makes things easier to just kind of multiply all of these. So this is the new catalog. This is how it looks. It's just launched, and it's going to go through April. And let me show you very quickly. They have step-by-step projects. This is a happy birthday kit. If you've ever bought a kit, you will see that it comes with the embellishments. It comes with the stamp. It comes with the adhesive. It may even come with the block. So these are the three that we have. I particularly love the paintings kit, right? Because it has the pencils and it comes with the brush. So I showed you how to use the brush today. They have frames. The frames are fun because you could always change them out with a project, and of course journaling. You could journal and put some pictures. So that's pretty fun. And again, we showed you the mix and match. I think it's beautiful. They even have like Valentine's and birthdays here. So here's some examples. If you go to my website, you scroll down to the bottom, you can see a digital copy of this. This is for if you like pocket pages to put them, and then you could just put your pictures on some pictures like that. So you put the cards that you want, and there's two-sided, so you could decide which one you want to use. These are some great stamps. Here, this one they use 2 different stamp colors, right? How cool is that? For birthdays. So this is the whole birthday kit. It is so pretty. They finally launched the scrapbooking kit. That's a whole another brochure. So they do have kits where you don't even have to know how to scrapbook. You just follow the instructions. How many of you like Peter Rabbit? I'm not saying this is Peter Rabbit, but it has the same kind of feel, and I absolutely love that. So that's Stampin' Up. My name, francesames.stampinup.net. So they have the stamps, the little creatures. It comes, the whole suite is $155, but you can pick and choose. So you can just get like, let me show you this, which is really exciting. If you just get the paper packet, right, it comes with stickers. So it costs a little bit more than the $12.50 because it has stickers in it. So you can literally make cards or layouts just with this paper and cardstock. So that's pretty fabulous. We all know how to do the 6x6 cards. So here it is. All right, so you can cut it out or you can color it in. Okay. Next one is Friends of the Ocean. I love lobsters. So I love this stamp. The colors are interesting. I never would put these colors with the ocean, but I think that's okay. Like I said, you can use papers that you already have and just coordinate these items and just create a whole new look. I just love this floral paper. Before I move on to the floral, I do want to say that the cardstock that comes with this, their cardstock has 2 tones. So one side is lighter than the other. So if you pick this, the paper and the coordinating cardstock and the inks, this is what you can do with it. So I think that's really neat. I love this Daffodil Delight. There is a bee in the scrapbooking section. It's like Be Mine, and I forgot what was the name of the other one, that you can probably just take the stamp and die cut set and just make it with these yellow papers, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. But this die set, I don't think this page does it as much justice. Unfortunately, the ribbon is sold out. But look how beautiful these cards are. Look how beautiful they are. Stunning. And I like it when words are cut out. See how pretty that is? I can stamp and cut and layer it. And then you can use the vellum for inside the envelope to give it that finished look, which is really pretty. This one I'm to die for, so I'm definitely going to be using this paper in one of my videos to make these shaker cards and show you all the different techniques that you can use with this stamp and die set. So there's an embossing folder, stamp set, and die cut. So I'm definitely going to get this whole suite, which is $79.25. The paper itself is a 6x6. Okay, it is a 6x6. So you can make a card, right? I love the watercolor brushes. They made a card like this and like this. So it's pretty cool. Here you can stamp and cut it out all at the same time. So the butterfly is embossed. So I think that's pretty neat. Moving along, happy birthday. You have the papers, you have the dies, you have the dots to coordinate. Look how pretty that is. Look at this. They made like a little mini scrapbook page, which is cute. They used the papers for the cake toppers. How cute is that? A bunting, a banner there. There's tags, so you can use that for gifts. Okay. And then bundles is when you can save 10% by just getting the bundles by itself, if you don't want to get the whole suite. This one, I'm going to do a whole video on this because I think this is absolutely fabulous. And look at the cards. And you can do stenciling, you can do embossing, you can do brushing it in, cuttings. It's just wonderful. There's a lot of techniques you can do. There's this other one here. So let me show you this one again. Sorry. This set is together $58. So if you were to combine all that, it's going to be, it would have been like $65. So that's pretty cool. Last but not least, memorable blooms. It's pretty. Look, you can color these any color you want. You've got dinosaurs. That's great. Think about it. You can use this like cake toppers, right? You put a glue toothpick with hot glue, toothpick on one end, and then the other goes on top of the, or we use popsicle sticks. Not popsicle. Yeah, they have cake pop sticks, excuse me, to make cake toppers with these really cute. So if you're having a dinosaur theme, you can do that, right? I love this. Are you a book lover? I am. Look at this, bookmarkers. Love this card. And it comes with a tassel that you can make that. That's super duper cute. Mushrooms. You're like, oh, mushrooms. That's very popular. I don't know why, but it is. So there is a punch that comes with it. And you, with the celebration sales, you can get free product, and there is a paper packet that coordinates perfectly with this Totally Toads Tools bundle. Don't say that 3 times very fast. It's not going to work. I've seen a lot of projects using this. Here's the punch, and here's like some Valentine's name. It says Happy Valentine's Day. Life is better with you. Send you big hugs, you know, hugs and kisses, all that. So here they made a little bag, cute little bag. Here they did the stamping technique. Here they did the punch and stamping technique. So that's pretty cool. Of course, you have the florals, and this is the background. So you can have 2 tones. So if you see here, see they have the sunflower, and then there's like a shadow of it. Same thing here. There's a shadow. These are just shadows to create a background, shadows, and just this. So you can also press a darker color, like an orange or whatnot, on top of it, and that looks like it's been colored in. So that's pretty neat. And the leaves are great because you can use these leaves all year round, including the fall. And this one, it would coordinate well with the punch. And it has congratulations from all of us. So if you want to create like tags for your gifts. This one I think is absolutely hilarious. I think I have to have it. It says 1 more year. And there's dogs, wine, and cake. But the sentiments are hilarious. It says here, happy birthday, another wrinkle wiser. So you can use it with that. And then there's the wine and cheese, and it says aging fine like cheese and wine. And then there's at least you're not as old as you'll be next year. You're how old in dog years? I just think that's funny. That's my kind of cards. So there you have it. I think that's really cool. And I like how they use different colors there. This is absolutely beautiful, and you can do embossing with this, heat embossing. You can use like watercolor techniques with this. Here they use the backgrounds on envelopes. That is absolutely stunning. Great for weddings and stuff. This one's fun for friends. That was very popular. We had something similar for the fall. I mean, for the holidays. And gather. You can do a gathering. You can do it in person, virtually, and we'll have a private Facebook group for your friends, and I will show them how to create some cards. All right, and then of course there's an index here. So let me talk about the celebration. Where did I put my celebration? Come on. I have no idea. My room's a mess because I've been crafting a little hard out. It's a black one. Okay, I guess I can show you virtually. Let me show you virtually then the celebration. Okay, let me enter. There we go. All right, so let me show you. Okay, let me present. Let me present. Share screen. Here we go. So this is my website, francisames.stampinup.com. I mean, .net, excuse me. And you're going to scroll down. This will let me. And then give you all these featured products. There's just so much, okay? Talking about the celebration until February 28th. If you go all the way down, you can see this, download the digital, or you can shop all the items that you'll find in here. Celebration brochure and digital, you can download that or shop now. So let me show you for every, and then of course you have the January scrapbooking one as well. So there's kits here, so if you don't know how to scrapbook, you can definitely still go here in the kits. So let me show you the celebration brochure. I'm going to digital. All right, can you see that? I want to make sure. And you can. Perfect. All right, so here is a celebration. It goes until the end of February. And for every $60 or $120 you spend during this time period until end of February of this year, you can get a free celebration product from this brochure. Okay, which products are eligible? Anything in the annual catalog. If you don't remember the annual catalog, that's this one, right? And anything in the January mini catalog will qualify towards this. Okay, so you can get this for $60 in any products. You can get this beautiful, and they did a beautiful layout there. There's a card kit again for $60, and it says it at the top. And you can make 6 cards. It's really pretty. Here you have, this coordinates well with one a packet in the scrapbooking. I think it's the scrapbooking. Yeah, I think it's in the scrapbooking one. Fruit salad, and it's a 6x6 paper. Again, just with $60, you can choose that. Or you can choose this one. A lot of people have been choosing this one. It's absolutely hilarious. And if you're wondering what is that, like what die or stamp set that is current alphabet set from the annual catalog. I can't find it now. Let's stand up. See if that once I stand. And if that's feel. I guess I must have put it away. All right. Yep, I put it away. All right, so I don't have it. All right, so that's got the name, but it is in the catalog. I guess I could find it. Come on, where's the catalog? the index here. Not there. Here it is. Okay. Dies. Paper stamp punches. Dies. Alphabet a la mode. 98. I know that was one of the first ones I got. Nope. Alphabet a la mode. Nope. Oh, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. I don't know. But I know it's Alphabet a la mode. I remember that being the name. That was one of the first ones I got. Dies. Alphabet a la mode. Page 98. And it's not 98. Oh, here it is. But that's not the right. Here it is. I'm sorry, it was tiny. It was all the way at the top. But yeah. So you see the stamp. You see that you can cut it out with your die sets. And then you have some seagulls. It's really pretty. I'm going to try to make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. I'll move this over. All right, so you see here's this hey friend, and then there's, it's just really cute. And then they combined this way to go congratulations stamp with a different stamp, the one with the TV, and I thought that was really clever. Look how they did the congrats for gift. And then there's a beautiful embossing folder. All of these are for once you spend at least $60. And this is the one I was telling you that coordinates with the stamp. So it says Toad's one. This is Toadstool Garden, the 6x6. So you can get this for free if you spend $60. Okay, so if you get the stamp set, you just use this paper and it'll coordinate nicely for free, right? Here we have these trees where you can layer in different colors. Okay, you can do fall as well. You can get the really pretty ribbon, and it has the texture to it. So it is wrinkled on purpose. That's to add a little extra texture and dimension to your project. Personally, I like this one because I feel like this is my husband. This is how we look. I'm a little chunky, curly hair. He's white, tall, has a, so he used to have a beard. He doesn't have one anymore. So I definitely would get this one. You have these embellishments. Again, I'll tell you $60. You can get these sequences. What else we have here? Purple sequence backed, right? And then we have the papers, Bloom's Impression. So there's the watercolor on the back, and then there's the floral pattern on the other side, which is really pretty, right? So they showed you how to use that. There. This one I'm definitely going to get. You need 120. So let's say I spent $240. I can get this, and that'll count for the 120, right? And then I can get 2 more of the $60 products. So that's how it, you just add every $60. And then this one's a 120. But look how beautiful the borders are. You can use just these, right? We just kind of layered it, these right here, to layer it on a card. Absolutely gorgeous, right? And we all have different leaves dies, right? Here they did the border for the sentiment. You can use these very well in scrapbooking as well. I see like a lot of cards and tags, but trust me, that works very well in scrapbooking. Now, you can love what you do. If you decide that you want to become an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you can build your own kit, $125 worth of products, but you are only going to pay $99. Plus, you get to choose one of the 2 free bonus options to add to the starter kit. So option 1, you can get the markers, so you can color in. So that's pretty cool. You can choice of 2 stamp brights, right? Because there's four different options: brights, neutral, and subtles, plus a stamp set. Look how pretty that is. So you can color that in. And option 2, a choice of $30 products. So $30 products plus this, that's like $155. That is pretty darn fabulous. Now, the writing sets. Let me see if I can find the price on that so you can have an idea. I'm not making this. Ew. Okay, the markers are $35. So right in here, they're giving you a $70 bonus. $70 bonus with just these markers plus this stamp set. That's pretty good. Okay. Normally these stamps are a minimum of $20 and up, right? So you're looking at 70 plus 20, $95 minimum. Okay. Our option 2, your choice of $30 additional products. That's pretty good. So you can just do 150, 55 on your choice of products. So that's pretty good. Okay. So you can again gather, it says gathering here to build friends. And yes, you can get celebration bonuses here, right? Connect with every $300 order. You can choose an individual $30 worth of products from our catalog on what's online. So that's pretty cool. Just for inviting your friends. I don't know if you can see all that, come to think of it. Oh, it stayed on the website. Sorry, I pulled up the brochure and I forgot to but basically I am so sorry. So let's just do shop now then, so you can see that. I want to make sure you can see what I'm seeing. No. So let me go to present. I'm going to stop screen and then I'm going to do present, share screen. Right here. So I'm just going to click on this. Sorry, I was looking at the brochure and I didn't click over to show you. Apologize. Sorry. All right, so celebration, show these products. So you can go here. Oh, these are all the products that you can shop. Oh, I forgot to show. Let me go back one. All right, I'm going to go scroll down. Here it is. Shop now when you spend $60 or more and $120. So if you scroll all the way down, oops, go up, go up, go up. Why is it taking me here? Let me close this out. Here we go. So if you do the digital, this one, and I'm going to present the brochure. This is what I was trying to say. I do apologize. So here it is, the stamps, the embossing folder, the paper, the ribbon, another stamp. You got embellishments here, the sequins, and you have another flower. And so all of these prior to this, $60 worth of products, you can choose one of these gifts for free. Here's $120, so you have to have at least $120 of purchases, and this is a stamp and die set. So you know that's like 45 bucks right there. They're giving you as a gift for spending $120. And blooming quarter. This is what I was telling you. So they right here, they just stack these up. How pretty is that? And then you have the borders. Actually, use this one for the border, and then this larger one for the scrapbook and cards, etc. So I was saying this is the one that's great for scrapbooking. And here's the option that I was telling you about for joining. So you get a choice of stamp, the 2 write-in markers, and the stamp set as a bonus, right? Your choice of 2 markers plus our exclusive stamp or an additional $30. Obviously, this is a higher price value, and plus you have $125 to choose from. And you, as a hostess, you get extra gifts just for people. All right. So I am going to go back to here. This is the mini catalog, and this is scrapbooking. Let me show you the digital scrapbooking. Because I think that's pretty awesome. Making sure you can see that. Yep, you can. Fabulous. Oop, let me close this one. There we go. Oop. All right, so we're in the scrapbooking brochure, January 2025. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be to the end of, I think this was the end of April. Let me show you again the cardstock. The cardstock they have, these are the 2-tone ones, except for the white one, obviously. So one side is going to be a little bit lighter than the other. Okay, so that's pretty cool. So these are kits, okay, $35. So if you like the birthday one, see there's cakes and stuff, comes with die cut sets, and it gives you instructions on how to put this together. Okay, so basically what you see in this box here on the bottom right, that's what you're going to get in this kit for $36, excuse me, which makes things very, very easy. So you get to do layering. This one here, oops, this one here is if you want to do scrapbooking on your own, not buy the kit, you can buy the paper, the cardstock, and this coordinating stamp set. Okay, next one up. This is the one that looks like Peter Rabbit, doesn't it? You can just get this paper kit. I think it's fabulous. This is what you get for $35. So if you love that set, but don't want to pay $155, but you want to use it, I would use this. And even if you are a card maker, you can cut down these papers and make beautiful cards, right? And then you just use your stickers. All right, so this is the card set if you want to do things on your own. Again, and then coordinating stamp. Meant to be mine. This is what I was saying to you. You can coordinate the yellow, what's it called? Floral. Oh, sorry, mine just went blank. Floral Delight. Okay, you can use that yellow, bright yellow Floral Delight, and coordinate with this. I think it'll work really, really well. You have some beautiful bees here. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Oh, that went to the wrong page. Here we go. Zoom. Okay, let me see if I can move this up. There you go. So look how pretty these papers are. And then you have flowers and hearts. So there's definitely some that you can coordinate with yellow. So you can combine the two. That's all I'm saying. So with this, it's again $33. Very reasonable to have 1, 2, 3 layouts. Again, if you're a card maker, you can definitely cut this down and make cards. Okay. Here, if you're just, see, this is the stamp set that's in the brochure, and it's here. And you find this also in the main annual catalog, this stamp and die set. So look how adorable this is. Who does not like creating these beautiful images with, so you cut your, use this die to cut out your flowers, to create different pattern papers, to create a lovely design. And again, you still have stickers and everything to do some really wonderful scrapbooking. This one's really nice. I like the colors particularly because it has a masculine feel, which is kind of hard. Everything seems very female focused in scrapbooking. So this is a nice one. It's $40, but look at what you're getting. You are getting, let me try to get this a little larger. Just go back. Okay, step-by-step guide, designer series paper, two-tone cardstock, stickers, pre-cut, and photo placers. I think from my understanding, they made a mistake and did double the amount of photo placements. So if you don't know what that is, it's pretty cool. It just says, I don't know if I have one nearby me. It just says, you know, photo 4x5 or whatever, so you know what sizes. So you can go back to your, you know, scrapbook the pages, go back to your pictures, and then cut them down to size or print them down to size. All right, so here you get all of this with it, or if you want to just do things on your own. Okay. And if you just want this, now these are just this bundle here, that's $49.50, so that's pretty cool. Look how, this is what I was saying, you can use it to create this pattern. Now imagine this with the yellow Floral Delight paper. How cool would that look? The stamp set you can also use here in scrapbooking. So it shows you really neat ideas. Flip flaps, we haven't talked too much about that. I will definitely do a video on these because I love flip flaps, and I've used and showed definitely a scrapbook layouts on how to use this. So stay tuned so you can see how that is done. So this is just a good example. You can just layer photos. You can put messages in here as well. Okay, so that is that, and they have memory page protectors, which are really nice. 25 sheets for $30. You have, this one's the side one, so if you used Creative Memories, I think this is what they use as well. 3x3, so that's this 3x3 or 4x4. They probably use one of these. These are great. I love these. You can use a lot of the mix and match cards with these. You can also put pictures right in there. I've even used these for, or this one for gift cards. holders. So that's fun too. And you don't know what I'm talking about, but that's okay. That's going to be a whole nother class workshop. So I definitely just wanted to show you that because I think that is like so super duper cool. All right, so let me stop that and let me show you. I showed you scrapbooking. I showed you the celebration. I went over the catalog, the new annual catalog. Okay. So there's a lot of new products. A ton of new products that came out. Like a ton of new products. I can't even get everything and I love it. I love it all. So I'm trying to find kits are pretty good, I guess. Let me see. Yeah, there's 2 cards. One is a thank you. Let's see, where are we? Okay, so for the mini catalog, I guess we already went through that. Okay, I wanted to show you this. This is what I wanted to show you for the scrapbooking one. Let me go here. Yep. So this card set here is called Mixed Florals and Memories. Let me tell you, it's absolutely stunning. I love it. But I'm like debating, do I get the pages or do I get these pocket cards? So there's this album, right? And it's available, and there's pocket sleeves, and they have some in here for you. But see how you just slide in your picture? Or you can use it for cards. Look how cool that is. Look how cool that is. Okay, and so there's the backing, and it's back and front. It has different designs on it. And then these are the die cuts, so you can actually make happy birthdays. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Or you can make a mini scrapbook album if it's very small. Let me show you product details. So they're just showing you it's 50 cards and they're 3x4s. So the flip flaps, you can also add flip flaps and use these cards. 36 cards is a lot of cards. A lot of cards. You can also use this in scrapbooking 12x12 pages. You know, you take a couple of these cards and just add a little color to your pages, which is really cool. All right, so I wanted to show you that because it didn't make sense when I said it, I think. All right, so there you go. All right, so we're going to do Unbound Beauty scrapbooking style, and it's just going to be, let's see here, I have my instructions. Not too far away. It's going to be a 2-page layout. Yeah, it's a 2-page layout using, we're going to need the summer splash paper and the mats. We're going to need a black and white mats. Okay. And then this kind of looks like this. So that's pretty cool. All right, so we're going to show you how to do that. I'm going to probably use a flip flap in one of the designs because this is going to be a simple 2-page layout. But I'm definitely going to show you how to use the flip flaps in that video. So when is that, you're probably wondering? You can check in my YouTube's post. That's where it's available. And yeah, that's where it is. So it's a whole calendar. Let me pull this up. Okay, this is the one I want to open. There we go. Okay, I can. Close this one. Close this. And this. Alright, so let me show you this. I've got a lot of pages here, so I'm trying to clear it so you don't see 50 million things here. Alright, I'm going to present, share screen, no, window. Yeah, here we go. All right, so here it is. These are the dates. Next one will be January. Next one I'm going to show you, I did today, which is January 15th. I showed you the greeting cards with Unbounded Beauty. January 22nd is going to be the scrapbooking layout with the flip flaps. Okay, so I already have the layout. So I'm going to show you how to cut the paper, how to put a layout together, and how to use the flip flaps. And then we're going to do, and so here's February's dates, and it's going to be right here at Paper Crafts with Frances. Now I have a second YouTube, which is called Crafty Entrepreneur, and I'm going to be doing different things, usually with Cricut or maybe with Canvas and different kinds of machines and different processes. Basically, I do crafts that people can sell, okay, on that channel, and then this is strictly with paper crafts. So that's the distinction between the two. So I hope I see you next week at the same time. At the same time at 7 p.m. Tuesday. And my other channel, let's see, today is January 15th. The next one will be January 22nd, and we'll do the scrapbooking layout. All right. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, since I'm constantly going to be creating, as you can see, content for you guys so you can learn. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day.